This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today's Thursday, September 2nd, 2010, and today we're going to take a look at DEXO. This is a New York Stock Exchange stock, trading under ticker DEXO. See just a massive drop, almost a dead cat, down about almost 50%. The day just opened. Volume is still low, but it's actually trading up. We're looking at this as a bounce play and a possible bottom. First and foremost, you always look for the bounce and then expect some kind of retrace based on resistance points. When we were talking about this yesterday, we see the potential cross coming of the MACD through the signal line. See, recently we're seeing the histogram trending back towards zero. This is where it has to start, basically. You're going to look for this to happen and not just shoot straight back up to zero. We're going to look for this to try and trend and basically oscillate back towards zero. Right now we're looking for the bounce. You can see that appears to be coming. Just a huge pincher formation. Buried pretty deep. PPO could be a little bit deeper, but still almost down to negative 20. A prime setup of the ADX. Now we're going to look for this to flatten, showing that the direction is losing some strength, and the ADX start to curl down. And what we want to see is this positive DI, this green line, starting to come north as the negative DI, the red line, heads south. That's all correlates with this ADX flattening. ADX doesn't tell you direction, it just tells you strength of direction. So we want to see this start to flatten and show that this strength, this negative trend is slowing down. MFIs all oversold, all coming together at the same point and looking to break back out of 20. Of course, that's your first break that you're looking for. And then, moving back over 50 is always getting into bull chart territory. So those are in a good position for a larger move. Of course, the accumulation distribution is on a downtrend based on the huge drop just happened over these couple months. Right now, we're going to look for this to try and come through here and then make a new high or low and start to trend back this way. It's kind of in somewhat of a channel. You'll see through there, we're going to look for this to try and just start inching its way to the north side. Kind of the way that the Chaikin money flow is. Chaikin money flow is based on the accumulation distribution. But we're looking for this to start trending back towards zero to show that the buying pressure is starting to come back in. Some positive money is flowing into this stock, and that the selling pressure is just not overwhelming buying pressure at all times. Got the breakthrough negative 100. We talk about this all the time. Bottom feeders, look for it when it gets down in here. When it breaks back up through negative 100, that is a buy signal for bottom feeders. On a more technical note, the buy point really doesn't come on the CCI until it breaks back up through 100. That shows it's trading outside of its normal range, that there's strength there. But bottom feeders use it at negative 100. Still a significant amount of room to move. Full stow, trending right on the bottom. Well oversold. Going to look for this, again, initially break through 20, come out of oversold. True strength starts getting gathered when it gets up near 50. So they're going to look for this again. Bottom feeders are on alert right here because of riding the bottom, and we're going to start to look for any kind of curl and strength to head back through 20. Tricks is just not going to be able to do much with it at this point. You use it for longer term sort of analysis of charts. Right now it's just rocketing downhill because of the massive drop. So that's just a wait and see sort of thing, how that one plays out. The RSIs are in a nice position. Obviously, 7 got well oversold, got down near 5, and is now making its way back north. You can see that the 14 and 21 are actually starting to get a slight upward trend to them as well. So ultimately, we're looking for the breakthrough oversold territory, breakthrough 30. All moving together is what you want to see, so we don't get too much separation. Too much separation leads to a retracement. So we're going to look for these to kind of stay somewhat together. As far as playing this, you have to look for that bottom support to hold at 835. If it wants to come back down and touch it or somewhere thereabouts, you're looking for the double bottom. What you're looking for on these charts is a move upward, and then if it wants to spin a retrace, almost inevitably, they'll move back down, make a new high or low, and then move again. What this is going to see is some resistance right there in front of it at $9. If buying pressure comes in, it should move through it relatively easily. But there is some definite resistance right there. It was support. Now it's resistance. It's going to have to move through that. It's going to see a little bit more at 964. But again, now you're starting to get closer to 10% gains coming off this bottom. So we're going to look for a little bit more resistance to come in there. And that's got relatively clear sailing from there. Can't really call it a blue sky breakout, obviously, but it's if it was on short-term charts, you would see it a little bit more clearly. It's really nothing going to come in until about this $11 range, and even more significantly at $12. When you start getting up here, we're testing the middle Bollinger Band, the 20-day moving average. I would look for, and not to mention this is just a big gain, it's almost 50% from this $8 area to there. So I'd be looking for a retracement somewhere around through there. If indeed this can make a move to the north side big, realistically, I think that if it can break through this resistance and get up in here, get the parabolic SAR to flip down to the bottom side, that perhaps we'll see a retrace somewhere down in here. Again, we're looking more long term if it's going to be a true bottom. So we're going to want to see things come up, come back down, make a new higher low, and then continue the trend north. So those are the things that I'd be looking at. Again, this is just my interpretation of the DEXO chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you, and trade smart.